Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. You are a yummy, scrumptious chocolate sprinkled donut. Yes, of course, you are. Bitcoin is at 63,000 American dollars. Friends, let's go have a look at my yummy squiggly lines that mean nothing. I just drew these like, wee. Just because, friends, look at this. Why did I draw it down here? It's exactly 39%. It's actually 32 now. I think up here it is 39 around here. I don't know why I drew it. It's funny, just this universe said, oh, let's do some remote viewing sketching like that other guy who could find the submarine from Russia, the Russian psychic, right? So that's pretty cool. Look, this is very normal. I know this is what it looks like on like a 4 or 6 hour chart, but if you go and check out the monthly candles, it's not that devastating, friends. But yes, this is the weekly chart of Bitcoin. Remember, we've been going up only for too long, man. But here's the thing, man. Is it too long? Because look what it did in 2017. It went up forever. It never went below the weekly moving, the super trend. Isn't that crazy? Back in 2017. So, I don't know. That's what we're hoping to do. Friends, isn't that funny? We were saying, man, this is Mt. Gox is FTX, the spirit of them, which means like, it just means it goes up only. And it did. It did. It was literally the spirit. It went up only the whole freaking time. It flipped green, just hasn't flipped back. Here's the thing, though. There is a scare point. There is a scare point. But like, here's the thing, man. Where's the scare point? 30% lower at $48,000. Better than seeing a 2 in front, right? Because that would make everybody scared. Ooh, don't say that too loud, by the way. We don't really know. Don't want to tempt the universe with that, please, friends. Now, we're still waiting to see, of course. Look, this is Bitcoin and the altcoins index. They've been moving in tandem, okay? They've been moving in tandem. Of course, Bitcoin stalling. Why? Very obvious, all-time high. Not going to be very, very surprised if it just stalls out here. But what we're waiting to see is Bitcoin going to do something like that. Altcoins follow. But then as Bitcoin recovers, all right, altcoins go up. Friends, that'll be amazing, by the way, if that happens. And then imagine Bitcoin does this lower high, and then altcoins, they're going down with it, right? But then as Bitcoin goes up again, we scream, oh, Altseason. That's like the final one. See that move what I just drew? That's it, like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and now I hope it doesn't do that part, but that's basically what we're looking for. So what I've drawn is Bitcoin distributes, so it makes a higher high. Okay, but then it eventually stops, it rolls down and go, all right, now the next wave in like the next few weeks, does the next point, does it retrace and go to 70K or does it stop at like 67? I know they don't seem like much, but they're big differences, huge differences, okay? Because if Bitcoin can find new buyers and go up to the high. So let's say Bitcoin does this, friends. If Bitcoin actually does that, oh my gosh, then altcoins have an even bigger base to go off. But if this just comes down and then we come down, we shoot up, and then Bitcoin like stalls again, and when we go down with it, and then when Bitcoin does this, we go up here, that might be like basically Doomtown. By the way, if you look at this time period at the bottom, that's June. That's the June rate cut expectation by the US Fed. So I think right now it's about 60% chance. Oh, man, imagine it gets delayed again. Oh, imagine it gets delayed until July. No, it's funny. Like, wait a minute. How is delaying rate cuts bullish? I don't know, man. It's just, friends, this is the thing. You know, there are people on the sidelines. They're waiting. They need that one signal. And I know what that signal is. I can feel it. They want the US Fed to pivot. Right now, crypto's a scam. It could go down. Things are happening. The economy. But they go, wait a minute. The US Fed's going to cut rates and they're going to print money. Look what happened last time. That's what they're incorrectly going to assume. And that's probably like, okay, now I'm in. And finally when they're in, that's when the big doomy town happens. So remember, Bitcoin, friends, hit 69K, went back down to 63K. I mean, there's so much things to go through. Look, also we saw SEC drop, delays Ethereum ETF, which is what we want. Like, please. Look, apparently I heard they delay this until August, which is very strange, man, for Roca Negra. I honestly hope they just delay it all year. And I hope they push this back to April next year. Just give us a perfect time and don't do this in August this year, man. That's weird timing. Unless we're going to run until August for the altcoins. That'd be crazy if that happens. Tether as well reached 100 billion market cap. That's very good. This number means that they're printing more. Okay, everybody thinks they're doing a Ponzi. They're not doing a Ponzi, but it's just showing you more and more people coming in. Naturally, it's just going to grow up and gravitate. MicroStrategy as well, friends, is buying. So Michael Saylor's company buying $600 million of more Bitcoin. Like, isn't it funny? When do they get the demand? Now that you've gone up only for 6 green straight months in a row, sweet. Let's raise another $600 million to do it. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Just think about the confidence here and there. I think there's going to be classical signals here and there. Just because they're like, oh, but he survived last time. Yes, that's what. Now you're learning, friends. Now you're starting to see. See, when you survive, you get confident. You get optimistic, if you might say, from the Wall Street cheat sheet, where you keep surviving the dips. That's actually what happens, friends. You've seen it in the Wall Street cheat sheet, and I've shown it to you many times. You can actually look at it right here. You see optimism, this rally is real. Well, if you keep surviving the dips, you get very optimistic and you believe. You believe in the next moves, okay? And that's when we have the thrill, euphoria, and everything eventually comes back down. But the liquidity and how thick everything is, it's changing over time. It's getting thicker. But look, still, man, I don't care who you are, friends. I don't care what you're doing. I am not buying altcoins or crypto or Bitcoin when you had 6 green monthly candles. Now, here's a funny part. In the past, just roughly 75% chance you're going to get doom in the next 6 months. 75% chance. Like, a doom starts, by the way. It doesn't feel like it starts. It just takes time, right? 75% chance. 25% chance, though, it did one red candle and then it continued up. But that was 2017. That was crossing the chasm. That was after Bitcoin broke the all-time high. So everything's saying, look, man, I know, what did everyone say, friends? Everyone says Bitcoin halvening now irrelevant. Look at this. So clearly it doesn't mean anything. But look, man, I don't know. I don't trust these Bitcoin miners, friends. I don't trust these Bitcoin miners. Do you think, friends, Mt. Gox still has 140,000 Bitcoin? What do you think they're doing now in the background? These slow scum lawyers and accountants, these filthy subhuman filth trash who should be all fired and put to jail for life for what they're doing to you, to the poor Mt. Gox customers. These people, what do you think they're looking at dollar signs? They're like, oh, retail want to buy Bitcoin at 69K. Well, golly gee, I can supply it here for you. All right, that's the biggest BS narrative. We've run out of supply. That's bit. You always hear that at the tops of everything. You hear that at the tops of stocks, gold, metal, everything at the tops. There's no more supply. Come on, bro. Friends, there's supply in people's pockets. They're going to send it to exchanges. There's your supply. Now, I've also got some important news too. CoinBase entered top 100 ranking. Okay, so it's rank number 49. It was number 500. Once again, friends, I know, look, man, I don't like saying these things. I don't like saying them, but no, you're not going to lie to me and my people. Altcoins have already been rallying. We are already in an alt season. Yes, we are already in an alt season. Doesn't mean it's the final one of all time. No, just like everybody said, it was the last bull market of all time last time when we were crashing. No, it's not going to be the final one, but this could be near the end of the whole year's one. It is what it is. Okay, sweet. Oh, you didn't buy dog with a hat? I didn't either. Oh, you went long Floki. It did 42x from its low. And Shiba Inu and stuff. You didn't buy them? Okay, I didn't either. You just have to accept it. These other things move. These meme coiners, oh, you didn't leverage your house like that Redditor who bought Bitcoin at like 53K, I think. Okay, yes, I didn't either. Don't do that ever, of course. But just showing you, yes, you don't know how high this thrill euphoria stuff can ever go with anything. And I hope that there's a few months left because that's actually the most ferocious move. So if it does continue, remember, the biggest alt season, just remind you, when were all of the gains made in alt season of 2020? The first 9 months, nothing. It was literally June, July, August, the last 3 months. So this was nothing, and then this was the last 3 months were beautiful. So if we do 9 months from June, here we have actually to today. So you might say, wow, barely any of the gains are made for 3 months, for 9 months, and then we might have a giant pop heap. Maybe. We don't know, man. We're just guessing off this 4-year cycle, friends. We're just guessing, man. I want to tell you as well, right? Someone bought a CryptoPunk for $16 million just to show you, man, you know, it's good that these things appear because what you want to happen is you want the volume of these things to go up over time. It shows people are like storing value and transacting and stuff. That's why volume activity is very important for these. Now, I don't want to buy a CryptoPunk. I think ERC404 is more cool. You can buy a freaking Liquid Jpeg, shout out to Gophers, of course, but CryptoPunks is the Bitcoin of NFTs. They're old, never going away. Everybody who owns them is like... Friends, do you remember in like HEX, one of the HEX narratives from 2022, people said, people won't sell it down more than 90% because they're already rich. Actually, they said they won't sell it down more than 80% because Bitcoin HEX hit 55 cents, and they said no one would sell it below 10 cents because... yeah, they're too rich. They don't do that. These whales are smart. Well, what happens? Combined HEX went down to 1 cent. after that. Don't worry about the news. I know you're going to say, oh, corrupt the SEC. Yeah, it was already 1.6 cents before that. So 1.6 cents became 1 cent after the SEC. You already done 84% of the damage below that. But look, they went 84% below the point people said it would never go below. So just to show you how volatile, man, these things are and how you can't listen to people's words saying this will never happen because of this. I never say that. I never say that. The only thing you can pretty much guarantee is we're not going to hit magnificent prices in Bitcoin because every single retailer in the world is now a millionaire. That's basically all you can bank on. So you got to try harder to do everything else. So that's the most important part when you see these, friends. This is just navigating the crypto space. We're still long. But just because you're skeptical and stuff, you have to be skeptical, friends. You know, why is everybody here in crypto, by the way? Oh, because they're looking at the traditional financial system and everybody else working like a wage cuck going, what a scam. I'm so skeptical of that system. Yes, you're skeptical of that system. Now you've come into crypto. Well, guess what? You got to be skeptical of everyone here because you're dealing with people and their emotions. You can't just say, oh, well, I'm skeptical of traditional finance system and the bug eaters there and the inflation and all that stuff, but I'm going to come into crypto and trust everybody and everything. You can't do that, man, because I know what happens. You're trusting the 6th green candle becomes 10 green candles, and it doesn't happen. It does not happen enough for you to make reasonable bets on that, okay? Igon layer surpassed $10 billion. Good luck to everybody in there. I'm telling you right now, I learned off the Pulse Chain and PulseX sacrifice, I'm not joining anything that has unlimited people allowed. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you all make $1 million in it. I know, on average, you make me spin 10 times, 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to get wrecked. 9 out of 10 times. And here's the thing. Because you're earning, see, this way, it's pitched as a no-loss investment because you're giving them staked Ethereum. So you're going to receive your ETH plus the yield at the end. But you're punting on an airdrop. But what you're going to miss out on is the opportunity cost of deploying your Ethereum. That's why it is not a no loss. It is, okay, I've got a window of time. There's 15 months left in the bull market. Well, guess what? 12 of those months was you deployed in this thing earning only 5% yield on your ETH. Whereas if you deployed into altcoins, you probably get 10x on that, which is 900%. Congratulations. Literally, people are going to make 40 times at least more return. If someone just makes 200% on their ETH, which is a 3x, you're making literally 40 times more than these people. Not even joking. Yeah, 40 times more, friends. That's why everyone can do it. Maybe people out here, they got 500 ETH, 800 ETH, they're throwing stuff around in there. I don't know. I don't care how much ETH I have. If you do enough research, you know what you're doing. You're just buying the blood, right? It's not so easy said than done. But look, if you're doing that, you absolutely crushed them. But you already know, man, it's $10 billion locked in now. You can't have enough money to look. You know this now. You have to be in early. If the gates are unlimited and everybody's in, there's no such thing as early. Okay, it's everybody's late together. You see that? Now you see the point. Let's go. Best case for Bitcoin is sideways now to distribute as altcoins surge higher in the next 2 to 3 months. Once again, man, I know, friends, I know. We don't know. It's just a 4-year cycle. It's magic. What's happening? Only God knows when it comes to these. But look, man, I don't care who you are, dude. Bitcoin, you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green monthly candles. All right, you're a non-believer buying up here. Okay, I'm going to tell you to your face. You are a non-believer. Do you understand? Non-believer. And let's actually make the font bigger so you get it. Okay, you are a non-believer. Okay, you are a believer when you're buying with me when Davey Soy Hoffman is crying down here. Do you understand? You get it now? Believers get rich. Believers buy blood. You can't be a non-believer and win. You are exit liquidity. JP Mosquito. Roca Negra. See, it's funny, right? How come this is we're going to look back in history and you're going to remember these words. Your friend saw me here with a straight back and a state-of-the-art panda disguise. I have been saying Roca Negra and JP Mosquito Trojan Horse ETF. What I think is dangerous is because people saw after that point, they go, wait a minute, but the price went up 37% above that. That changes nothing, Habib. That changes nothing, okay? That's like, literally, let's flip it the other way around. Let's say, actually, we don't have to imagine, this actually happened, okay? The IMF said Bitcoin and everything's a scam down here when Bitcoin had crashed to $20,000, all right? I said it's the buy of a lifetime for crypto. Look what happens next. We dropped down 26%. What did people then say? Oh, it's not the buy of a lifetime. It's a scam of a lifetime. at 16K Bitcoin. What ends up happening? Sweet, you reverse up. So I'm just telling you, hey, just because you're bullish on something and then the price goes down doesn't mean your story's changed or your fundamental thesis has changed. It hasn't changed at all. Let's flip it around. Just because you're bearish on something and you call it a bad deal, right? It's a bad deal to buy with believers. It's not even like your opinion. Like, we know it's factually correct, okay? But just because you know that and the price becomes even more of a bad deal to buy in doesn't mean you got the thesis wrong necessarily. It just means it just went up worse. That's it. You can't think of it like, okay, this is one single event. You got to think, all right, if I had to play this out 10 times, okay? So if you give me 10 different timelines, Bitcoin spot ETF launches, thankfully, we got the 1 out of 10 and we went up after that. I bet 9 out of 10 times it is a top signal. If you put it at random points of the crypto cycle here and there, or you just leave it in different timelines, parallel universes, whatever it is. And you know this, friends. It's like if you buy whenever Davey Soy Hoffman is crying, right? Maybe the next bear market, you know, sweet, you know, maybe we could go lower. We could go lower. But I know on average, 9 out of 10 times, I have to take this bet. You have to take this bet. It's like you have pocket aces, friends. You have pocket aces and you see an ace on the table, right? You're playing poker. It's not about winning it every time. You just know, like, man, the odds are in my favor. But yeah, it's not 100%. Nothing's 100%, except our friendship. Now, I want to have a quick word on HEX as well, friends. This is interesting. So HEX is seeing some emergency end stakers, right, relinquishing their position. So this guy paid like a penalty of 3.9 million. Now, this is the funny part. What I'm seeing, what people see is when they see the price chart, I go, you know, we're 95% down from the top. It's interesting. People interpret that as bearish, but we know it's cheap. I'm like, man, that is basically, I'm telling you, if you have any profits in stuff, rotate. I'm not, don't take financial advice from me, wearing a panda hat in the skies. Yes, I have straight posture, but I'm like, man, like PulseX and HEX, the fact that HEX is down 95%, yeah, it's poop. Of course it's poop because everything else is moving, but if you have profits in other stuff, you get to stack a core coin that can go 20x from here. That's crazy. And it's at the all-time high. Even if you can't get 20x, even get 10x. Friends, you know Chainlink only needs a like plus 50% from here, and it retraces half of its bear market, of its big range. Goes to 27 bucks, 50%. That's the crazy part. But HEX is 10x. That's an enormous difference, man. Just think about this, okay? Because, you know, everyone knows, like, yes, I love Chainlink, etc. It's doing this zippity-doo-dah. But look at this. From today's price, here you go. 50% brings you to 28 bucks. And now you're halfway to all-time high. But, man, look at this opportunity. When you're looking at something, for example, like HEX, and it's this chart right here. Like, look at this, man. It is down. See this line here? Down 95%. Like, if you go back to halfway in the range, which is just here, man, you get a 9.7x. Like, that's why, like, there are people up 100x in dog with hat. Like, imagine you turned 1 grand into 100 grand, but they won't have the conviction to do this. Imagine now they dunk it into this core coin, does another 10x. Now you've turned, they made 1,000x, right? Because you get your 1K to a million. But they won't do that because they're like, no, I believe. See, no one ever gets out. I always do this imaginary thing where I'm like, well, some genius who fluked this coin, they're now going to sell it after 50x and then rotate into my core bags and then bunny hop 10x and they're going to sell that at the right time and then go bunny hop. No one does that, man. The fact that no one does that, friends, is like 1 out of 100,000 people. It shows you just how random trying to predict the timing of demand of people is. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it. Also, I mention this guy selling. A lot of people, friends, they're selling to buy other moving things, which is the classic step tail. So if you're new, of course, friends, welcome, and take a seat over there. Keep your fluffy slippers on. This is very, very normal. It is normal. Where other things are moving and then people sell the bags, not moving to go buy that. But you got to be careful, man, because if you're selling, for example, HEX at 2.5 cents and you go try to buy the other thing, if you try to rotate your profits, maybe HEX is 5 cents when you try to do that. It's done as a double. So you can only buy back half your coins for the same amount of money. So if you sold 100 grand worth of HEX to go buy something else, you're trying to make a 2 or 3x. Maybe when you come back to actually rotate into HEX after that thing has moved, HEX is up down 5 cents. So if you're break even, you can only buy back 50 grand worth. And now you can see how everybody starts to spiral. But I just got to remind you as well, okay? So this is Floki, friends. I've got to spend some time on this. Is crazy. Floki hit minus 99% down All right, it's actually 98.83%. Who cares? Minus 99% down and did a 42x pump to the middle of the range. It literally retraced half of its range. Interesting. Floki and Shiba Inu and other coins, they exactly rallied yesterday up to the 50% retrace of its bear market. So it's HEX 25 cents, for example. It is Chainlink $25 because that's exactly half of its range. It's like Bitcoin being 35K. Very interesting. They all went up to that point, around roughly that point. And so did Floki, right? So that kind of makes you think, man, if these dog coins can get back there, why can't something like HEX? And remember, if HEX does a 9x to get there from today, Pulse and PulseX, if they keep the same ratio, they also do a 9x. That doesn't mean it's over. It just means like, wow, that's the next kind of target to continue. But you just got to remember too, like, it's one thing to say meme coins are scams that will go to zero, but it's another thing to ignore that they are recovering faster and stronger than legit and utility coins. I told you, friends, this is all this time. Your friend saw me originals. We're talking the OGs now. The OGs. It's all about Metcalfe's law. It's the people in the network, not the code. Oh, your meme coin does nothing. It doesn't really matter. People like rallying around that community. There are people who love dogs. There are people out there who love lizards. Okay, not my thing. People love lizards out there. There's a network for everything. There's a community for everything, okay? Good or bad, big or small. And that's what your whole goal is, to join a small community and hope that, hey, I see there's potential. This community should be much bigger. Like, for example, imagine you went to a town and you're like, well, I want to open up a mother's club. It's literally a club for mothers. They share books and raising their kids here and there. You know what I mean? Now, you might have nothing to do with mother. You're like, see what I mean, friends? Maybe you're not a mother. Yeah, maybe you're not blessed with the miracle of life. Or maybe you're just a male, like me, okay? You open up that club and you're like, man, you know what? I'm not a female. I don't even have a kid. Like, most of you be saying this. And you're like, but I know there's mothers out there who want to just connect with each other. You know? And then and it will grow. But that's what you're trying to look at in crypto as well. Now, obviously, everyone's shocked because everyone's like, wait a minute. People are coming in here for a casino. They're just buying these meme coins. And they're like, yes, they like the silliness and entertainment of it all. They do, because boring utility coins ain't doing much. But Floki dropping 99% and then 42x is just showing you how these things go, right? It's showing you that when it comes down to like what you think should have a lot of value and what actually has value, you'll never get it. Just like girls' makeup, for example. Girls it's the same. Friends, have you ever seen girls' makeup things? They make a hot new name for a color. Like, no, it's purple. It's purple. What's this? Luscious Violet Extreme. No, Habibi Albi. That's purple. It was purple last year. It was purple the year before that. No, this is Lush. And then next year, it's like one RGB value ticked over, one. And it's like, it's not purple anymore. It's called like, just broke up with my ex-boyfriend and I'm going out. And then you go see the price. Like, dude, what is this? This is $80. It's literally crayon paint. What is this? You see what I mean? But they keep eating it up. See what I mean? Maybe we're in the wrong industry. I don't know. We're playing internet Ponzi coins. Yes, but they look at our internet Ponzi coins and girls would be saying, you know, like maybe like teenage girls would be saying, who would buy $69,000 for this thing that has no, you know what I mean? They just don't get it. They just don't get it. So it's all about the meme of the industry, just like in stocks. So the meme of memes, having fun, entertainment, that's worth a lot. It's worth a lot more than utility today. Might change in the future when there's no one left to gamble and it's all about cash flow and stuff, but I guess we'll see, okay? We're going to wait and see as well what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Can it please just keep going sideways? Just don't go down to Doomtown so we can distribute and then we see the altcoin rotation continue. That's what we're looking out for. But if there's a red monthly candle for Bitcoin, so be it, okay? If you've got any money left to deploy, it could be the last one, but I mean, who knows, man? Who knows, friends? Stock market poops the bed, something happens, the inverted yield curve. You just never know with these things. That's why I'm just riding the wave like you. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, I'll catch you soon.